Question 26. Two trains starting at the same time from stations 360 miles apart meet in 4 hours when they travel towards each other. Okay. Had they traveled for 7 hours in the same direction, let's say starting from the same place, they would have been 192 miles apart. What are the rates of speed of the two trains? Okay, so I'm going to say let x be the speed of train 1 and let y be the speed of train 2. Okay, so the first scenario, the two trains are starting at the same time from stations 360 miles apart. Let's have a look at that. Here are the two trains, and they are 360 miles apart, and now they're headed towards each other. And then they eventually meet. Okay, so altogether, this train plus that train have traveled the full 360 miles, right? All right. So what I'm saying is that the first train's distance and the second train's distance added together is the full 360 miles, right? And the first train traveled for 4 hours, and the second train traveled for 4 hours at its speed. So 4x plus 4y is 360. Okay, then we have another scenario. Had they traveled for 7 hours in the same direction? Okay, now here they're both taking off from the same spot. And away we go. Okay, and then 7 hours later, this train is a lot further ahead than the other train. Okay. This train is 192 miles ahead of the other train. So if you take the distance that the blue train traveled, that the X train traveled, take away the distance that the Y train traveled, then you'd have 192 would be the difference. All right? So that gives us the X train's distance traveled in the 7 hours, take away the distance the Y train traveled in 7 hours is 192 miles. Okay, so here's our two equations, and that's how we got them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide both sides by 4, and that's going to give me a nice x plus y is equal to 90. And then I'm subtracting y from both sides, and I get x is equal to 90 minus y. And then I'm going to feed that in over here. So I have, instead of 7x, I now have 7 times the value of x, which is 90 minus y. So the 7 multiplies the 90, and that gives me 630. The 7 multiplies the negative y, giving me negative 7y. Minus 7y again is equal to 192. The two negative 7y's add up to give us negative 14y. So we have 630 minus 14y equals 192. I'm going to take away the 630 from both sides, and I get negative 14y is equal to negative 438. I divide both sides by negative 14, and that gives me y is, after I do some reducing, 31 2/7 miles per hour. Okay, then I'm going to go back up here to my other equation. So x plus y is equal to 90, which I've already reduced to x is equal to 90 minus y. So I'm going to do x is equal to 90 minus the y value, which is 31 2/7. So my 90 is 89 7/7, right? 89 and 1 is 90. So the 7/7 take away the 2/7, and I get 89 minus 31 is 58 7 5/7. All right, so the speed of one train is 58 5/7 miles an hour, and the speed of the other train is 31 2/7 miles per hour. And that is it for question number 26. Have a good day.